Great pass. What a catch!
My goodness.
What an amazing catch from Vicky McFarlane.
Highlight reel. Never say yes to the jest. That was fantastic. Sarasota can make it a push for home. This is 400 herself. 13 strikeouts for Gabby Snyder and one of the best pitching performances we've seen this season. What a fantastic grab by Emma Burridge. She climbs the ladder and breaks it down. Round this up the middle, that's going to score a run. Bruin score two. Deep to left field. This is back, and this one is gone. It's magic from Madeline.
Hello everyone and welcome to another beautiful night of softball at West Beach. Tonight's game is between Walkerville and Glenelg. It's shaping up to be a cracking game. And thanks to Statewide Super, I'd like to introduce the local legend, softball SA Life member and crowd favourite, Mr. Lee Hull. Lee, welcome.
Thank you, Mark. And as I'd just like to say, as the Sydney Harbour Master spoke when the tall ships appeared, evening one and all. And to you too, Mark. Nice to see you, mate.
Now, what is this game going to bring us, Lee? What does this game mean in the context of the season? What is tonight going to deliver us?
Well, it means a top four side playing a bottom three side, and it is so top in the four, isn't it? Look at the scores.
Yeah.
West Torrens on top, 24, followed by Walkerville, 23 points, Sturt 21, Port Adelaide 20, and then Hills. I don't think they can make it, really, to be honest. What do you think? They're three games away from Port Adelaide, but Port Adelaide have 9 games remaining.
Look, Port Adelaide, yeah, as we know, Port Adelaide come out strong, didn't they, in the start of the season? They sort of plateaued, or is it that everybody else has caught up a little bit?
A bit of both, I'd say, 50-50.
Glenelg last week, they went down to the Hills 7-6 or 7-6. Hills were without Georgia Hood, but then you look at Glenelg, they were without Chelsea Robinson, Sophie King. So there was a couple of big outs for Glenelg, which hurt a little bit.
Yeah,
so they've been without a few good players, you know, the Stars players and guys that are in the Summer Slam, and it's taken its toll a little bit, but they may bounce back. Drezik's been pitching well.
Yes, well, I saw that game, the 4 o'clock game last Saturday, and I couldn't believe the result, 0-0. And right at the death, Seacombe had a chance to win, but as you said, Walkerville were without 3 big guns. Gia Morellis, Robinson, Chelsea version, and Sophie King. So that would certainly have helped their batting, but to be honest, I think they finished with the bases loaded in the first innings, the Cats, but never looked like scoring at all after that. And they played 6 innings, hour and a half, and no score. Unbelievable. So you can never tell this season.
Was that a good game by Seacombe, or was it an average game by Walkerville, or was it just a very close game?
I think it was 50-50. It's a bit of both, I would think. What do you get out of that game? I know they'll come back firing here, the Cats. That is for sure. They won't accept that as a good day at the office.
Well, you know, that was second versus bottom, and it was a very you know, 0-0. So that's it could be anything tonight, couldn't it?
It could be. It's our 4th draw for the year, and I think we've had 24 one-run victories for the year. So it's been tight.
Wow. Well, we're about to kick off here. We got Regan Lambert up to bat to face Drezik for the first pitch of the game. Shaking her off, looking comfortable. And not foul ball.
Ooh, you'd have caught that on a good night, wouldn't you? It was coming at a rate of knots.
I ducked. I'll be honest, I dived out of the way.
As you would on a bad night, ducking.
Exactly.
Bobbing and weaving.
The good sign of that, though, is that Regan went after that. That was a good pitch to chase, and she went after it. Ooh. Liked it in the end.
The umpires for this game, Mark, on plate, it's the Hoff, the Hall of Famer Neville Lawrence. First base, it's David 180B Datsun, and at third base, it is Michael the Flex Bendall.
There's a bit of talent out there in the umpires too. So that one was a little bit high there. A lot of experience out there by those boys, eh?
Certainly is. And Michael is partnered with Kay with one of our esteemed sponsors, MK Services SA.
Well, that was a great pull, a rip there by Regan Lambert. Foul ball, but was chased it very, very hard and got onto it early.
What are you throwing now if she's pulled the inside pitch?
Well, you throw
Out
the change
wide.
out change up, or a out and wide, or you know, out and low, something like that.
Because when you're batting, you get a shot like that, even though it goes foul, but it goes hard. You're after the next one as well.
Well, you feel confident, don't you? Jessic sets in a position, shaking it off the gain. A couple of shakes. She might be thinking the same thing as us. The umpire saying, I'm not comfortable with that. Regan Lambert goes after that. Foul ball out to the right-hand side.
A whip around the Cats field. Defending the dirt at first base, it's Carindale. At third base, Ash Merkin. In the holes at second and at shortstop, it's Desi Giamarellis and Stephanie Collette. And the outfield from left to right, two Sophies opposite each other. Sophie Roberts at left. Lisa Yancic comes in at centre field, and Sophie King is at right.
There's a bit of speed out there too. That one through to shortstop. It's taken comfortably. Oh, nice stretch there. And that's the first out by so Carindale. Nice stretch. Steph Collette gets a nice throw across, and we get the out.
I tell you what, Karen's playing as well as she's played, I think.
She's having a cracking year.
Yes, yes. It's about attitude, Mark. You'll never convince me otherwise. Of course, you need skill, but you apply that with attitude. Doesn't matter what age you get to, you can play, you should play.
And Brianna McGee has a big swing at that one. So it was 6-3 play to start the innings off, and we've got a 1 strike count. Well, watches that one through, clips the corner. Looked okay from where I was sitting.
Bree McGee, I'm used to her playing at first base over the years for Glenelg, but she's out at second base now in this game.
Well, Bree and she'll make that all the way. So they swing at the third strike. That sort of got a little bit loose and come off the catcher's helmet.
Yeah, it was an interesting little play, wasn't it? It looked like a late swing by Bree, and I think that unsighted Haley. So she hustled after, but to no avail. Bree's on first, and it's Caitlin Carroll. Talking about people that can run, here's one, batting now.
Well, she went after it. The play was on, didn't go too hard. Got the first runner on deck at first base now. The signals are down. I notice everyone's using these wristbands now with numbers and everything on them, Lee, instead of getting the standard signals. They're getting numbers. Well,
Yes, Glenelg brought that in a couple of seasons ago now, and they work well with it, so each to their own.
well, she was off pretty quick there. I think that was a hit and run signal. She was off early.
I'm just concerned that I'm looking at the signals when I'm batting and the ball beans me because I'm looking somewhere else. But no, they're right on top of the Rebel girls.
Go.
On the foul ball, up third line, and she was gone off the crack of the bat too. McGee was off straight away. So Carroll's still again watching these signals. I'm going to be watching these all night intensely.
Well, that's a good start. I like that.
That I'm watching intently?
Oh, I didn't see any tents.
Oh, that was a great pitch too. That was a great pitch. Bring one's Montana Edwards up to bat. The catcher.
Yeah, back to full fitness and health, Monty. Makes a heck of a difference, doesn't it? When you're well.
Yeah, I like her demeanour in the box, Lee. Looking very, very confident, looking very comfortable. That was low and inside. Drezic just sort of kicking the dirt around a little bit, flicking the dirt around with a hand. She's trying to get comfortable out there. She's doing a good job so far.
Imposing side, isn't she?
Yeah, look, 2 outs, runner on first. Very patient batters at the moment, the Glenelg Rebels.
Well, as I've said many times before, Mark, it's a game of cat and mouse. You as the batter versus the battery.
Oh, big swing there, big swing by Montana Edwards. So puts her behind in the count, but she's had to swing at the right pitch.
Got to be covering edges now.
Great spot there by Drezic.
Yes, that would have got a lesser batter into it.
And there we go, strike 3, which is side away. So not the start that Glenelg would have wanted, but they've got a runner on base, and that turns side.
Well, to me, Jessie Dreswick looks far fresher this week than she did on Saturday. I know it's only a few days away, but she's obviously rested up and it's come back firing.
Well, with this hot weather at the moment too, Lee will be taking it out. Do you want to take us through the Walkerville lineup and the Glenelg?
Well, I'll take you through the Glenelg defence at the moment, Mark. It's Sasha Penglaze. Nice to see Sasha back pitching to Montana Edwards. On the corners, it's Taylor Mead at first and her sister at third, Alicia. Shortstop is Courtney Shepherd, and at second base, as I mentioned before, it's Bree McGee. Outfield, Caitlin Carroll at left, Regan Lambert at centre, and Lauren Jury at right. They have 3 bench sitters, Amber Dodd-Mobius. Jade Downs comes in. I think this might be her first A-grade game. And Barb Skapova's having a rest, and I think she deserves it too, Barb. She's worked hard, tirelessly.
Yeah, she's done very, very well this season, Skapova, hasn't she?
And the batting lineup to do the hitting for the Cats, leading off it's Karen Dale, followed in by Steph Collette, Sophie King, Desi Giamarellis. 5, 6 and 7 are Hayley Benathan, Sophie Roberts, Jessie Dreswick, Jessie batting for herself.
Hello.
And hello. And 8 and 9, Ash Merkin and Lisa Yancik.
I don't think Walkerville got the memo that pitchers aren't supposed to bat, are they?
Oh, I think that's an old wives' tale, I think. And I should know about old wives.
Had a little collection there, didn't you?
No comment. And we're brought to you by Spacequake Sports, as usual, and it's the Mr. David Muggleton at the helm, producer, director, and cliffhanger.
And a fantastic job David does as well, Spacequake Sports, looking at all the softball that's been going on in the country for the last month, 2 months. We are blessed to have Spacequake Sports as a partner.
Well, a couple of days I came here for the under-17s, and people from in the States saying they just tune in, they can't get enough of it. So full credit to David and his team. We love it, and lots of other people love it.
Carindale up to bat now. A little bit high, a little bit of a wayward one. We'll start off. Sasha Penglaze. I haven't seen much of her. Is she a junior player? Lee, can you tell me a bit about her?
She's been playing for Glenelg for a long time, but had a few weeks off and sort of bobs up now and again. It's probably to do with work commitments.
Well, I thought she was a junior player. I must be getting older because everyone's looking younger.
Yeah. Don't go there. I'm not going there.
Well, there we go. We found the spot there. Took the pace off it a little bit and just trying the accuracy.
Official scorers for the night's game. They never get recognised, but I would do it. It's Jill Williams and Marcy Trzynski, mother of you-know-who.
Well, Karen Dale gets after that one and goes out to left field, and Caitlin Carroll takes a nice catch. Should be happy with that. Karen got a good piece of the ball, but probably not a little bit. You watch the replay here. She watched it well too. Sat up early on at Lee and just gave it everything. And Caitlin got under it quite convincingly.
Yes, it's good value, Karen, batting lead off for the Cats.
Underappreciated position, the scorer, isn't it, Lee?
Well, I think so. It's probably the easiest thing to do, but that could be open to conversation.
We'll leave that open for interpretation. We've got Steph Collette up the bat now, and she goes after that one and hits a nice line drive up the centre field, just over the shortstop's head, and she gets comfortably to first base.
Yeah, a little bit off the pitch Sasha took then, but Steph kelped her hands back and just cleared Courtney Shepherd at shortstop.
Well, that puts a runner at first, one down. And we've got Sophie King up to bat. Dangerous batter here.
I'm sure
and
they'll
with
bunt.
speed.
I'm sure they'll bunt.
Well, you've caught it, Lee. A little bit high.
Well, I was wrong twice at the end of the game last week, so I'm trying to lift my game and get it right.
Wow.
I know it's made 3 for the year. So you've just come back from Fiji.
I have.
Nice, it'd be nice there.
Look, I was lucky enough to miss the 47-degree days that you guys were having, and I'm very, very thankful for that. It was 35 while I was laying by the pool, and I was tuning in. Oh, there we go. Great. I happened to watch the under-19 men's national final while I was over there, and that was a cracking game. You know, the coverage was good. So I got to see a bit of softball while I was away, so I was quite happy. And she gets after that one early and foul ball. That gets a deep foul ball, but it doesn't really count at this stage. And I was lucky enough to tune in and watch a few games by the poolside one Saturday afternoon, so I heard the fine vocals of yourself. Made me a bit homesick.
I've never been to Fiji, and if it's sitting by the pool, sounds appealing to me.
There we go, we've got a full count. The umpire there signals out full count. She shapes up for the bunt, looking very close, and gets after that one too. Regan Lambert, makes an attempt at that, just misses it. That has just cleared the infield there. That sort of died a little bit, Lee.
Well, it died, and Regan was a victim of circumstances because she had to dive to try and catch it, but by so doing, knocked the ball away a little bit, and that enabled Sophie, who got a big lead halfway, able to make second base. So pressure's on here from the start.
We've got a runner at first, a runner at second. Desi G. Morales watches that one through.
Yes, and she's a dangerous batter in this situation, as in Karen Dale. For the Cats, love it. They love it, I think. Thrive on it when there's runners on.
Well, they went early there, Lee. No one's there to take the throw. It's an overthrow, and she's rounding home. Well, I read that one right from the start. If we get to have a look at the statewide super replay, she goes very, very early. Steph Collette goes very, very early, and she's going straight away. The throw's made, but shortstop, unfortunately, Courtney Shepherd didn't read the play as well, and we come home and the first run scores.
Yeah, double steal, wasn't it?
Yep.
Successfully.
She seems to be taking the pace off a little bit tonight. Well, again, first time I've seen her, but I'm seeing a lot of slower pitches tonight, guiding them in maybe, Lee, just to try and find her eye.
Making the batters generate the power on the ball.
Just a bit outside. And there you go, you're right. So when you have to generate the power, you have to go after it hard and early, don't you? Or you have to meet it. It's all about timing now. You can't rely on the pitcher's strength.
Yeah, and that's why the ball finishes left side of the
100%.
diamond foul territory.
Jim Morellis went really hard at that, but unfortunately too early for her. And she shapes up again with a 2-2 count. Very patient batter, isn't she?
Terrific turn at bat. Wouldn't you love that, coaching somebody like Desi, where you're not going after the first pitch, making the pitcher work.
Yeah, 100%. And like we talk about it all the time. So there's ball 4, makes her way up to first base quite comfortably. So we say that all the time, Lee, as we're playing, is that the pitcher's only really as good as what you make the pitcher, isn't it? Like if you can chase that first one each time at bat and you get a little dribbler or you get yourself out, you don't know what's coming. So I like to see multiple balls before I swing, but then again, sometimes it's hard.
You've got to get your money's worth when you're batting.
Well, the cover was in early this time. I don't think they're going to get caught napping Courtney.
No.
But it's still night tonight. I'm trying to find the flags, but they're not up at the moment. The wind was up earlier, but again, high ball.
Well, last Wednesday evening we had this cross breeze. It was more like a gale. It was blowing everything around. People were misfielding the balls, in good position to field the ball. Next minute the wind took it away.
Well, they're being very patient, the Walkerville batters, being very patient here.
Well, I don't think Sash has pitched for a little while, and so they're making her throw as many pitches as they can.
Well, there we go. Nice drive up the middle. That should score a run as she rounds third. The runner holds at second, but the run scores. Very, very good hit. Nice line drive up the middle. Patience. Create your own power, Lee, as you were saying. So we've got a runner at first and second. We watch the replay here. Good evasion too by the runner. Could have been one of those instances where the ball flicks up, but she made it home quite comfortable. Good speed.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm throwing the ball from centre field then on that play to second base, not to third base, because the runner had gone through third and was just about at home. But that's just observation. Good young player, Hayley Benithan.
Well,
future.
Second base, Brianna McGree is out there really chirpy, getting behind her team. It's good to see. Oh. A lot of these balls are just sitting outside, just laying off them.
It's a plan, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think
it's a dead set plan.
Yeah, 100%. But it's a little bit dangerous game that Glenelg are playing right now, because look who's up the bat next. You've got the 6.5-foot pitching. Oh, that pops up foul over the first line dugout. You got the 6-foot American pitcher who's desperate to swing that bat.
Well, I believe she just crunches it at training. But this is a game, so we'll soon see, won't we?
There's another player in South Australia who crunches the ball in training. In Jordan. Well, there we go. Push that up to first base, and that will score a run out to right field. She comes home. Nice flat hit. Held up for a 1-3 split with a runner coming home. Very nice hit there by Sophie Roberts.
Got some power, Sophie Roberts.
Again, power by pushing it out too. If you have a look on the statewide, that went out pretty hard and created her own power. You're 100% right. So we've got a 1-3 split. We've got a left-hand batter and Jesse Dreswick up to bat. Go from there. And a bit low for a ball. I was just about to say another one that crushes the ball in training is Jordan Lambert, and she's playing in the Summer Slam, and she put one over this week. Her first home run in the tournament, and she was very excited. Home run hitter, they call her, HRH.
Oh, okay, right.
And there we go.
The home run's into 180 feet though, isn't it? I think, something like that.
Yeah, it's a 180-foot fence. It's a fast version of the game. But everyone plays by the same rules, and you've got to hit it over the fence, don't you? Doesn't matter if it's 90 feet or 200 feet, everyone's got to hit it, and congratulations to her. She put one over, and Jezzy gave that a right high. That's high ball out to right field. Bit of confusion out there, but no, and tagged up and the runner comes home. So Lauren Jury was under that, a little bit hesitant, but took it well, but got the throw in on the full too. If you watch the replay here, it's high. Runner's tagging up, she's looking where it's going, and then just unloads too, Lee, and makes it on the full, but the runner just crosses for a run number 3.
That's all she could do then, Lauren. That was a good, very brave effort, but Hayley Benaithen's no slouch running the bases, and that was the difference in the end.
They're the scary ones. They're the ones that you don't really know what to do. Do I come in? Do I hold on? But she held her ground, young Lauren. Well done.
Now this girl's been impressive, the third base for the Cats, Ash Merkin.
Whoa, dive back, keep her honest. Merkin has been playing well. Third base is always a very, very tough position, Lee.
Well, you either catch it or you wear it.
Well, there we go. Fine example. Line drive over third base, out to left field. Runners hold up at second. And well fielded there by Caitlin Carroll, just to hold them at 2. She was ready to go at 3 if it needed be. We were just saying the drive's over third base. You know, a foot lower, that's going to go straight at you. Lana Kaisler has made third base a home, hasn't it? Hasn't she?
Has,
fantastic player at third base there. Great reactions, reactive skills.
Well, this is Lisa Yancic, and I can't remember seeing Yancic for a while. Lisa, left-handed, can hit the ball hard at times, plays in the outfield, playing at centre field tonight, I think.
Yep, centre field, 8. Well, she goes after that hard, Lee, and a nice foul ball back.
This is one through the line-up once she's completed her turn at bat. 4 big runs so far, Mark.
We've got a couple of comments there coming through onto the Facebook. They're missing James Harris. Now, James Harris making his debut on Fox Sport in the Summer Slam for Softball Australia. Doing a fantastic job from all reports.
Fantastic, yeah.
Cracking hit. That's deep out to right field. Going back under it and took it well. She took it comfortably in the end. Can I say that, Lauren Jury? She took 2 cracking catches.
You did say it.
2 cracking catches this innings. So watch it. She goes after it hard too, Lee. Great swing of the ball, but chased it back. Never took her eyes off it. Bit of a dance around. Had a bit of a smile too. Look at that. Well done, young lady.
Now she can start breathing again.
Yeah, so James Harris doing a fantastic job from all reports. We miss him. We hope he's enjoying his time, and we will get him back.
He'll be back for Saturday, I believe.
He will be. He'll be on a high. You may need to bring the caterers in for him. And he'll be that's the sort of standard that he's used to now.
Oh, okay.
David, if you're listening, you have to bring a catering truck in. Well, that was a bit of a long bottom innings, wasn't it? They went through the 9 batters. There's a bit of a difference out there. I'm just watching Jezzy warm up now. She's really giving it a little bit in the warm-ups. Penglay's up to bat.
Well, it's pitcher versus pitcher. Jessie against Sasha.
That's a good way to start the innings.
The game on Diamond 2 is Glenelg versus, correction, it's West Torrens versus Seacombe.
Seacombe, yes.
So I wonder whether Seacombe...
Well, look, a 0-0 draw against Walkerville is, you know, very, very good for their confidence coming through. You know, and Kim Ritter has pitched well. I was talking to the coach, Stars coach Morgan Young on the way over here. He's been watching her, and particularly the batters against her. He was saying that she was throwing a lot of drop balls last week, and they were working effectively and kept throwing them. So why would you change if they're working?
That's right.
Well, there we go. Just punched that one out. Foul ball. But the good sign here is that Sasha's chasing them and not afraid to go at Jessie Dresick. So that brings a 0-2 count, I think it is. Or 1-2. We'll find out. Yeah, high. Well, there we go. Straight out to third base. A little bit of a fumble, but Sasha beats that one out. Another one that comes in hot at third base there. It was good to see that Sasha got onto that one quite early, Lee, and pulls it around and not afraid to attack Jessie. We watched the replay here. The bit of an unorthodox batting style where the bat rests on the shoulder, but still gave herself, she must have quick hands because she gave herself plenty of time to get around.
Well, they've started well, haven't they, the Rebels in this innings with the lead-off hitter on.
Well, that's what you want. That's what you want. Not
and
afraid
this girl's
to
been impressive this season. Alicia Mead hit some long balls.
No, yeah. Speaking of third baseman, another one up to bat now. Well, it was a cover swing more than anything, I'd say. Ball, she dropped the ball. The umpire, Michael Bendell, says that's safe every day of the week. That was a good cover swing, though. You can tell it was a cover swing. It was a bit of a half-hearted swing, just sort of goes, oh, well, and I'm not moving.
Good turn of pace for a pitcher, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like Sasha.
It would have been a very close call for the umpire out there if he hung on to it. Is that 2 balls, 1 strike? I don't think Walkerville would be too worried. I think they just want to have a bit of a chat, just sort of break it maybe, or I'm not sure what that one was about.
I'll work out the signals.
Well, it's a dead ball if you watch it. Yep, they called that one. 2-2 count. Runner at 2. Positive signs though that they're swinging and swinging hard.
Yeah.
So Jessie getting into a position now. Comfortable with the no, shaking off the signal. There we go. Put that one up the middle. Shortstop taking. Oh, great throw. Fantastic move by Steph Collette there at shortstop. That was fantastic. On the move, got across hard onto second base. If we watch the replay here, picks up the ball with silky smooth skills too. If you have a look at that, Lee, and then just check the runner and gas that over to Carindale.
Sidearm throw saved a lot of time by not going over the top.
Yeah, perfect play. Good stretch of game by Carindale.
Yeah, she's safe. She's safe. I hope I haven't put the commentator's curse on her like I did Ash Merkin.
Well, bit of confusion there. By Courtney Shepherd hit that and it went straight down. She wasn't too sure if it was a dead ball, it was going behind, and there's a bit of a lesson for the young ones watching at home, is that when you swing that bat and if the ball makes contact, you run, don't you? Until you're told otherwise.
Well, you've got to coach it first, and they can give a signal whether to stop running or continue on running hard.
Now we've got the sister up now.
We have.
Good job, Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor.
It's great to see young people getting the opportunity, isn't it, Mark? Oh no, just playing A grade, getting all this experience, only going to make you a better player.
Well, it makes for a better competition and for a longer competition.
Yeah.
So she takes that one on the inside too. Not afraid to stand there too, young mate.
Good batting.
So we've got Sasha Penglaze at third now, ready to come home. On a wild pitch, anything loose, you watch her come home.
2.5 count, I'd be swinging the stick at the next pitch. It's going to be right in there. It was.
Yeah. We had to come back with something there. 2-1. Setting up inside. And she goes after it. Foul ball. So we've got the 2 outs. Runner at third. Going to try and get some contact onto the ground or over. Outfield's quite shallow at the moment, Lee. Left field, Sophie Roberts is in a little bit.
Probably because they're throwing that pitch outside, I think. I think when you play your left fielder in, unless you know the batters that well, you'd be throwing outside. Because if you throw inside, it could go down the line quickly.
She's setting up inside again. She fouls it off. Won't stay alive in there. Makes for a full count and keeps her alive for a little bit longer. It's a good turn at bat for Glenelg. Oh, foul tip, strike 3, that's side. Positive signs though from Glenelg. You go through 4 batters, you get a runner at third. Not afraid to swing.
Yes, it's promising.
So talking about the Summer Slam, the finals start. The top 4, I think it's been finalised tonight. We've got a very, very good contingent spread over. I think the Blaze were undefeated before I headed down here tonight, and that's got Maddie Cameron and Chelsea Robinson, I think, in that team.
Right. Okay.
So they're in the. They're in the final. Is that what I'm getting? They were undefeated, weren't they? Oh, they lost the first final, I'm getting told, Mel. It's hard to watch and drive at the same time, but that's not good. Sometimes that's a bit of a kibosh, isn't it, when you go through undefeated? And Glenelg just taking their time out there on the warm-up. They seem to be a little bit down tonight, not as much energy bouncing around as Walkerville.
Well, I'm thinking if I'm leading by 4, I'd have some bounce in my legs too. Now we're at the top of the lineup again. It's a repeat of the first innings for the Cats.
You're 100% correct.
Just nibbling away, Sasha, wasn't she then? Just throwing it out there, the big bait. No takers though.
Too much experience there from Karen. She'll just wait for that one that comes either just slightly inside. She likes them inside there so she can get around on them quick.
The trouble is with a batter like Karen, you throw it outside, she'll hit you to right field hard.
It's almost a...
Yeah, so she can cover all the field. Well, and that's what experience does for you, Mark.
Well, we've got a bit of experience here, Lee. It's 3-0. You should think that you'll be seeing a strike of some description. This is your favourite, isn't it? Green light.
Well, next 2 pitches there'd be one. There's one. Pretty simple game, isn't it?
Well, so they say. It's a clear tactic or a ploy right now, I think, from Walkerville, just to sort of see as many as they can and put young Sasha Penglaze under a bit of pressure. Well, there you go. She got after that one and she got all of it, but she got a little bit too much, I think. Okay, so we've got a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, when you come to pitch on the pitching rubber and you know you haven't been doing a lot of it lately at this level, then you can just do your best. You know, you're pitching against some of the best hitters we've seen in this state. Well, here's one of them.
Yeah, she's doing a good job as well. She's finding the zone and getting him down there. She's starting to get into a rhythm.
So is Karen, I feel.
Yeah, yes, got all that big foul ball down the left field line. Karen looking very calm in the box, as she always does. She just needs to, she'll be saying to herself, I just need to wait. I've got to generate that power, like you were saying, Lee, but I'll just wait. There we go. And that is coming in. Oh, and a fantastic catch by Caitlin Carroll. Followed that all the way, because that was going foul, Lee, too. Right down the line, I'm watching that one.
Well, there's an object lesson of you do need pace in the outfield.
And she never took her eyes off that as well, and caught it in foul territory.
Yeah, it's a leg speed got out of that contest there.
Well, they got out a bit of a trouble, Glenelg there. So we got one out.
Some big pieces of the ball from Karen then, wasn't there?
Well, there we go, and straight line drive to shortstop. And Courtney Shepherd says, well, I'll take that one. That's probably going to be one of the easiest that she's going to get tonight. So that was hit a couple of steps to my right, and I'll take that.
First pitch, I believe.
Yeah, that's something out of the script, wayward from the script. But look at that, took it, bit of a smile. Says, I'll take it every day of the week. Well, there we go. Start off with another strike there too. Penglays are starting to find a bit of a rhythm. They're slowly starting to speed up a little bit.
Yeah. Sophie King went up the middle last time. Scored a run. The team. The Rebels would like to get out of this with 3 up, 3 down.
Yeah, that would be a very, very good innings for them. We were talking about the ladder. Oh, there we go. Called strike. So that's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So that was good. We were talking about the ladder. You look at the bottom two, Glenelg and Seacombe, very young side, but a lot of it, they would have gained a lot of experience out of this season. Just outside. They've had some good wins over some good teams and some close losses. So that'll make for a very good and interesting season as we move into next year as well. Looking at where we are, but West Torrens, Walkerville, Sturt, Port Adelaide, very strong upper 4. Well, there we go. Hard left field drive foul. Yeah, so that'll make for some interesting viewing through the finals, won't it? 24, 23, 21 and 20 as they sit at the moment.
Reasonably close, you'd think. Good choice though from pitcher Penglays then, I think.
Yeah, just to drop it down there.
Just trying to get the ground out. Well, to do that, you've got to keep the ball down. You put it up in the air, it's going to be going. Like that.
Well, that's 4 real big fouls, pulled foul in this in this inning. So they're seeing her quite well. It's the timing that they've got to work on now, Walkerville, isn't it?
And patience. Be prepared to play later at the ball.
Well, she went after it and pops this one up to third base and
nice
juggles
catch.
it well. Alicia Mee juggled it a little bit, but never took her eyes off it.
Well, that was a very good innings from the Glenelg Rebels then. 3 up, 3 down. All good plays, all good catches.
And good backing up there by Courtney Shepherd too, by the way. Oh, I've just been handed some scores for the Summer Slam, so thank you very much, ladies. That scoring is a very tough job. The Emerald 17 defeated Lightning 4. Fury 8 defeated the Bandits 2. Emeralds playing Fury in the grand final. Is that how I read it?
Right.
Bottom
now.
of the third, it's 8-5 to Emeralds. Fury batting. Wow. Exciting.
Well, I've told you before that scorers a really difficult job, isn't it?
Belinda White just hit a home run. A loaded Fury to win 9-8. Belinda White just put one over. Loaded bases. Is that what you're saying? A grand slam?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, congratulations to Belinda White. We may not hear the end of that. Fury Emeralds. Well, I'm just looking at the replay here on And yes, it clearly went over. And yes, Belinda White up to bat. Well, congratulations, Belle. Fantastic. Great.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, it's Lauren Jury.
Well, come on, Lee, get on board. That's a South Australian. Who just put that over?
Burns for Blinds, I believe. I've seen her on the ads. She's on there a lot, Belle.
Back of the bus, on the ads. Now I'm going to hear about this. Congratulations. Oh, good eyes.
When you've got a strike zone like Lauren has, I'd be shouldering arms until they threw some.
Yeah, it's
until
a tight,
they got ahead of the cap.
It's a tight zone, but the person that can put it there is on the mound right now. Well, I just put the kibosh on her. So that starts off the innings with a runner at first. Exactly what Glenelg needed.
Up the top now, Regan Lambert.
Back on deck. Well, shapes up to bunt, but nothing happening. Lauren just getting a bit of a jump there, but that was just more show than anything.
More show than go, you think?
Well, I'm watching all these signals. I've got 1s and 4s and 5s and everything coming out. I don't know what's happening, and I don't know if anyone else does, but big cover swing from Regan Lambert, and she's down it. Whoa, that might be out. Yes. Fantastic throw by Hayley Benathan. That's two really, really good throws over at second. We watched the replay. I knew something was going on with all those signals, and it gets the swing, bit of a cover swing, and she's off early, but a fantastic throw and great call by MK Services SA's own Michael Bendell, I don't want to get that wrong. And that's a nice drive out to right field. Oh, fantastic catch by Sophie King. Great wheels to get under that early. Sort of a bit of a heartbreaker after the stolen base, and then you go after the first one and you give it out there.
Hard running outfielders with speed, don't you love it?
Yeah, that was great to watch. Didn't let up. Commitment shown. Ooh, a little bit low.
Like a lot of games this season, especially in the last couple of months, Mark, a lot of games have been all runs early and nothing from there on. And it's at the moment setting up like that again.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting, isn't it? Like it's the team that switched on that come out early.
Yep.
They seem to get the jump and then they hold it. It's a funny game, but it's never over. Like we just said, SummerSlam, Belle White just put it over at the end to finish the game. So you can win at any stage of the game, Lee. We're just missing the zone there. A bit low, a bit out.
Good girl, Bree. Good girl. You're all over it. You're all over
Very
it.
composed pitcher, isn't she?
Yes.
You don't see much emotion.
Very intimidating.
Hard to sell that one to the umpire when you drop it, isn't it? Looked pretty good to me. The umpire's in a much better position than I am.
Karen's come in to give some words of advice and experience.
Oh, you'd listen too, wouldn't you?
We'll start there.
Well, it's probably in your best interest, I would think. Although in the men's competition, I'm not quite sure whether those same rules apply.
There's some experienced men getting around this state at the moment.
Yes.
And just rolls that one over to Desi G. Morales for an easy third out. And speaking of...
Three up, three down.
Yes, so that was fantastic. And speaking of men's, we've got Scott Radigan over at Diamond 2 coaching the Seacombe girls. Very experienced softballer in this state.
Very good softballer.
I've asked him, invited him over to have a quick chat if they get up. Let us know how the game went, so we can tell the viewers at home.
And if they don't, we'll maybe grab somebody from West Torrens.
Exactly
who could
right.
be the victors, working on the principle that Seacombe haven't won.
Well, unless it's a draw, then we might be in trouble because there's only one seat. Can't listen to both of them.
Does that mean we both stand?
I wouldn't do it to you. So Penglay's doing a couple of warm-up pitches now and looking a little happy. A bit of a wayward throw. We'll get the centre fielder involved and make them feel part of the warm-up.
Well,
Penglay's settling in.
Yeah, I think so. I think the game's settled now a bit, although his batters 4, 5 and 6 for the Cats, Giamarellis, Bonathan and Roberts, and they can all hit the ball hard.
Well, that just shows you, like you said, Glenelg got out of trouble last inning, so you've got 4, 5 and 6 up the bat. That was a dangerous spot. Yep. It takes that one for the first strike. And then again, a level head here on Giamarellis. Not afraid to wait, but again, no, she's got to generate her own power. That'll be going through her mind.
But this is what Sasha's about, isn't it? Steady, can pitch all day, this pace.
Yeah, well, you see a lot of pitchers, they exude a lot of energy, and you know, third or fourth they start dying off. But if you can consistently get this pace, like Skipova, Barb can pitch all day. She's got these off-speed googlies that you can just, she's been throwing just game after game after game, hasn't she?
Yes, that's true.
Wish that's foul ball over the back net. Giamarellis will come back and have another look at that. So 2 and 2. Got Penglay's in a good position here. He's got one to play around with. Can try and entice her into something.
I think with a battle like Desi, you've got to play pivots more towards the middle.
Well, Mead's after that one.
Hope she hits the ball on the ground up the middle somewhere, rather than pull it long at left field.
Yeah, I think you're right, Lee. There's no reason why the corners couldn't come in a little bit and force her to try and push it out. Put a little bit more pressure back on her. You notice that everyone's pulling tonight, but I think that's going to hold third base back a little bit. So there's the full count. That was the one to play with. It didn't clip the corner. So pressure back onto Glenelg now. Says I'll chase that one. Clips the back net.
Yeah, well, when you're batting in the batting box with a pitcher like Sasha, you're thinking, look, it's coming up like a big watermelon. Let's knock some pips out of it. So you tend to chase some that you wouldn't chase normally. And it's just about being patient, counting a little bit longer before you swing the stick.
Well, they're the ones that get you. So ball 4 sees Giamarellis on first base. And Walkerville's lead off getting on first base. That's the start they'd be wanting. How many more games have we got left, Lee? We've got a handful of games. It'll be about 6.
I think it's 25 games in total.
Oh, nice laid down bunt there. Oh, and a bit of a fumble, unfortunately.
Oh, here's a runner.
And gets her coming to third too. Giamarellis taking advantage of a little bit of a fumble. As we watch the replay, a bit of a fumble from Taylor Mead as she comes down to pick it up. Third base left open. Giamarellis says, I'll take advantage of that, but she didn't throw. And Mead making up for the little bit of a fumble and turns around and throws to her sister in for the out.
Interesting play, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was fantastic recovery by Taylor. She didn't drop her head. You know, a lot of players in those situations, they just go, oh, I fumbled it. And
would panic, yeah.
And panic, and they put their head down.
And she has a look, and somebody says, see that girl running between third and second halfway? That's the opposition.
Oh, and a great line drive straight out to left field. And Caitlin says, no. I'll get that in.
That's power, isn't it? That's power hitting.
Yeah, it was. Watch the replay. She got after that too, Lee. You see that she reached for it, but pushed it out there hard. The ball went out quick. Caitlin Carroll was around quick enough to pick it up, but everyone holds their position, which brings up Jessie. Jessie Drezic up to bat. Powerful left-hander. We saw what she did before. Hit it out to Lauren. Very, very high. Oh, she's got all of that. Oh, but Regan Lambert read that well. The runner tags up and got to third. That was a cracking hit, Lee. That was
going, wasn't it?
That was a cracking hit, but not she's come straight off the bat. That's lined straight out to Regan. She gets enough of it, and Regan fires that in. Cut off the shortstop. A little bit of a fumble, but she was going to make it comfortable.
Well, Jessie just stood there and whacked it and said, "Chase that, hunt leather."
Not much movement in the lower body of Jessie when she swung there either. It was just sort of more forearm and wrist power, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was power. A bit like the American baseballs and the NBL, isn't it, really? Just stand there, no stepping, just huge upper bodies and whack the ball.
So that gives Walkerville a 1-3 split. We've got 2 down. She drives that one out to shortstop. And there we go, 6-3 out by Courtney Shepherd. So that's side away.
Another good innings.
Yeah, so again, they hold them down. They had a runner at 1 and 3. They get away with another scoreless innings, Glenelg, and it gives them the opportunity to try and claw a couple back, which they've been doing. They've been getting runners left at first. Last innings, they had a runner left at third. So they're making their way around, Lee, but they just haven't had anyone successfully cross the plate as yet.
Well, this would be a good chance here.
Well, we're starting off with Caitlin Carroll, so they've got the third batter up.
Carroll, Edwards and Penglaze. True what the rumours were saying about Jessie, wasn't it? That she can hit the ball hard.
Yeah, well, she's not afraid to swing the bat. I think they love getting the opportunity when they play over here or they play anywhere that they let them have a swing, because they bat so much in training.
Walkerville.
And
Number 3 now. Number 14. Get that too, Mr. Holt?
Thank you, sir.
so we've got some changes coming in there, Lee.
Michaela Robinson comes in for Lisa Yancey at centre field. That's the only change then.
Right. Well, they've certainly got the spring in the step, Walkerville. Oh, big swing and a miss. Foul tip. She went after the first pitch there, Lee, and went after it very, very hard too.
Well, she's a danger on base, as is all the quick players like Jordan, Sophie King, I can keep going, Belle White, Maddie Cameron. There's others.
James Harris, Mark Cramp.
Minus the last named.
Well, she gets after that. It's going to
Tricky.
drop just before shortstop, and she beats
Real
it out.
tricky. Real tricky.
Well, you called that one early, Lee. You said tricky as it came off the bat, and didn't it hit the ground and spin? As we watch the statewide super replay, as that just sort of just fizzles out, doesn't it? And it just spins, and she's made the play, but it hit the dirt, but legged it out.
Well, that's what I call the tricky play. As soon as the ball's hit, and you know it hasn't been hit hard, that was always going to be spinning, and when it hit the deck, that's what happened. Plus her leg speed got her the first.
Yeah, 100%. We watched on that statewide super replay where she just ran, didn't she? She hit it and she ran and ran. And that's another lesson. Head down, head down, head down. Fantastic. That's a lesson for everybody playing at home. Well done. Well, that's popped up, bunt attempt. Well, that was a
I thought we may have seen Catcher Bonython do a swallow dive then, but no, not just yet.
Well, that
a little bit out of reach.
That would have been a statewide super replay to see.
I think so.
Well, we call that
That'd
one
have been
foul.
handy if it went in.
Yes, not far off. So we just got some feed from feedback from Diamond 2. The scores are West Torrens 2, Seacombe 0.
Okay. And they're an hour into that game. Hour and a half into that game. Nearly finished.
Well, you'd know better than me. What do they go?
9 o'clock. They go 7:30 till 9.
Well, we're just about over. Ooh. Took that one inside, and the runner goes.
Sensible there from catcher Bonython.
Yeah,
Get
sometimes.
her out.
Sometimes
Don't throw
it
the
pays.
ball.
Yep, sorry, Lynn.
Do not throw the ball unnecessarily.
Yeah, sometimes it pays just to hang on to a little bit. Do exactly what I think it was Mead did before.
Taylor did, yeah.
Yep, fantastic. Oh, she went after that one too, didn't she? And there's a strike 3 side there. Edwards had a good hack at that, which brings Penglaze up. Very calm, Penglaze. I'm liking her as a player, very calm. Checking what number that means. And went after the first one too hard and fouls it off.
Well, runner in scoring position for the Rebels. Need something from Sasha and Alicia. I'm putting Alicia down for a safe hit already. I'll call that early.
Well, she took that inside, evens it up at 1 and 1.
A little battle within itself, isn't it, when pitcher faces pitcher?
Yeah. No, I do like that actually, or when catcher faces pitcher. So you sort of got a bit of an understanding of that position, isn't she? And a big cut there, and that wasn't a cover swing either. That was going. So we've still got the runner second base for Glenelg.
Yeah, just a fair bit above the ball then, Sasha. Just needs to track into the hitting zone.
Oh, she gets a hold of that one, and a great dive. A fantastic dive and out by Steph Collette.
Oh, excuse me.
Well
What about that?
done. Congratulations, Steph Collette. What a fantastic out. Watch the statewide super replay, Lee, if you don't mind. She gets a good piece of this too. Diving out to your right and straight to third base, and what a tag. Wowee. That was a sharp play.
Good piece of the ball, wasn't it?
Great tag. Confident tag.
Go, 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 go!
Oh.
A face set. Am I surprised? No.
And splits 5 and 6 and goes out to 7. That was a fantastic crack. As we watched the statewide super replay here, and she gets a hold of that and surprised everybody with the first swing, and
Almost said anybody.
except Lee, who predicted it. So Glenelg not afraid to swing the bat, end up with a runner at first, and who we got out there at second base? It said Penglaze at second. Well, Glenelg looking to capitalise on this runner at 1 and 2 and try and lower the deficit a little bit. They've been playing well. Oh, Courtney Shepherd happy to have a crack at that one. So something's gone through the camp last innings. They've had a bit of a chat and everyone's coming out fired up. The lower half of it's always the dangerous part, isn't it, Lee? The 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, you don't know what's going to happen. It's unpredictable. Well, and Jezzy says, I'll have none of that, I'll better shut it down now.
Well, that was an innings of hitting that could have been then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So a couple of great shots in there.
No, that was fantastic batting by Glenelg, but you know, look at the statewide super replay. The defence of Walkerville there was amazing. And that, to me, was that's the play of the game so far. Congratulations, young lady.
Yes. Terrific play.
You get little bits of play like that spur the team on, don't they? They can break an opposition team and they can boost your team.
They certainly can.
Look at the leap, the horizontal leap that she gets there too, Lee, and the mindset to know to throw that off her knees straight away.
Ash Merkin in perfect position then, just to lay the tag. Something's coming in, either feet or hands.
Yeah.
It was hands.
Well, not afraid to back, didn't back out either. Held her position. So that's fantastic play. You'd like to see that as a coach, and as a commentator, and as a spectator. I'd like to know over the years, this diamond's seen some fantastic plays, hasn't it? What this ground for Softball SA has seen.
Yeah. If it could speak.
Oh.
If it could speak.
It's been some fantastic plays here. So we've got Penglaze on the mound now.
Michaela Robinson.
Oh, she set up well on the inside there too, and that's where they went and got her. This is one of those dangerous games when you start throwing inside, that little bit of off pace, you either got to be timed very well, or you're going to keep pulling it, aren't you?
Yeah, well, you just need to play later, don't you? I mean, that's against what you've been taught. You're playing A grade, and get after the ball early. The coaches keep drumming it into them. Get after the ball. So you keep getting after the ball and it keep going foul.
That's exactly right. I find it very difficult myself to...
Need to play the pitch on the pitch.
Well, the pitch on its merit, isn't it? Yeah.
That's right, and be aware of what the pitcher throws. Not come in cold and think, oh, wonder what's coming next. Know what's coming next and deal with it.
Well, she set up inside. There was a bit of a funny sound there. It came off the handle, around early again. Robinson really eager to get a piece here, coming in halfway in the game.
Yeah, she normally plays out in the centre field position, given Lisa a run out there today for a while.
Oh, she got after. Oh,
Nelly.
Wowee. So we were just talking about that dangerous third base position, and the glove, Mead got the glove to it, and I tell you what, if you watch the statewide super replay, that almost deflected over to Shepherd. That could have been a 5 to 6 out. So it just comes off, and wow.
Oh, yeah. That'd have been interesting. We haven't had one of those that I can think of this season.
But I tell you what, that was coming off the bat very hard. She's made herself to first base, Robinson. Oh, and Karen Dale goes after a high ball there to drag it down. So just had confirmation there that Seacombe went down 2-0 to West Torrens, the top of the board. Another close game, Lee. Top of the board versus bottom of the board. And you come out with a 2-0 ball game.
So they've found something, Seacombe, haven't they, obviously?
Yeah, Seacombe have charged up the last couple of games.
I think West Torrens were minus Lana Kaisler and
Jordan Lambert.
Sophie Hoyle. No, not Sophie Hoyle.
Jordan Lambert?
Jordan Lambert, yes. I thought there was somebody else, but maybe not.
Wow. So there's a little bit of feedback there from Lindy Radigan. Kim Reader, 10 Ks. 10 Ks in the game for 2. He's got the bunt down now and throws it over, hits the dirt and scoops it up for an out, but it advances Robinson around to third base. We've got Doyle at Carindale at second base.
It's a good take by Bree McGee there at first base.
It was, scooped it up early too. Penglay's got to it, but just threw it in the dirt just a little bit, but got there in the end. So the bunt around now, King's facing up around for the bunt. Says no, I'll leave it down. So statewide super replay. And it went down early. Penglay's got to it. Runners were always rounding to have a look. King shaping up now. Well, King gets a hold of that one and goes out to centre field. There's communication out there. She tags up. Robinson tags up and goes. And then we've got to play at third base here. Dale. And safe call. I think that was the correct call. Watched the throw come in. So we watched that there with Regan Lambert. Picks up the catch and fires it in. Hit the dirt a little bit, unfortunately. Third base, chase it meet, and there we go. Carindale gets in there comfortably.
That's where you need backup from the pitcher on that play.
Yeah.
Second play is going to be there. It was.
And that's straight up there. Oh, and a fantastic
Lovely out.
Montana Edwards takes the third out, and that's side away. So they only got the one run in there, Leeds. We watch a statewide super replay. That pops up nicely, and Montana Edwards keeps her eye on it, doesn't worry about the back there, and takes it for the third out. So they got out of jail there, I think, Glenelg. Only let the one run in, makes it a 5-0 ball game.
Well, they'll keep coming. I know that about the Rebels. They'll keep at them. That's an interesting result from the other diamond, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Seacombe may have found something here.
Well, I was just about to say, Kim Reader, 10 strikeouts for the game and only 2 hits. And West Torrens were only, I think it was 4 strikeouts and was it 4 or 5 hits for the game.
Okay.
Yeah, a bit of a difference, but they got the 2 runs, which all in all gives them the points. But again, what I was saying to you, top versus bottom, the score is 2-0. So they found something. The top 4 away on the ladder, they're high up. They've pulled away. But the bottom 3 are giving them a bit of a run for the money latter half of the season. And a foul ball. As Mead goes after that one. I like the way that they're coming out batting at the moment. Glenelg, they're not afraid. They know they're 5 runs down. They've got to get something back. So they're coming out. They're going to swing, aren't they?
Well, they settle into the task, haven't they?
Well, there we go. That one drops it in, and Mead drops that in, is running it out. And Gia Morellis says, "No, I'll get that one."
Don't you like them coming like that when you're playing second base?
I like them a little bit harder, to be honest with you, Lee. They're unpredictable when they do that.
That's because of your skill, Mark, probably.
That's my age.
That too.
I've got a soft spot for the second baseman. And Jury says, I'll have a crack at the first one as well. So they're coming out knowing they've got to chase these 5 runs down, but they've got to be smart about it, Lee. Oh. And she gets after that one out to right field, and yes, look who's out there. Sophie King comfortably gets underneath it.
Well struck though, wasn't it?
It was well hit. They're going after him. they just need to be patient and select the right one. We were talking before about, you know, the one outside, the right-hand batter sees one outside. Can they push it down to the right field line? It seems to be a bit of a trend that's happening now. We just see one then that goes out. May have been a little bit late, but you got Lambert up to bat now, which
Top
is
of the line-up again.
dangerous batter. They can probably push them out, pull them around. Just needs to find her pitch. And not afraid to swing two in a big cut. Oh, yes, she did.
Yes, she did. That's twice, I think, now in this game. I think she's looked to try and check it, but it was a bit too late.
A little bit. Oh, and Jessie gets down to that one quite early. A bit of a check swing, that one there.
Yeah.
From Lambert. It was a long way to reach there for Jessie. And as we watch the statewide super replay, and she gets in on that one. Oh, and says, oh, I did. Unfortunately. So we've got the crowd starting to gather up from Diamond 2 now. Starting to come down and check the scores. I can tell you it's 5-0 the way of Walkerville, and they've been in control at the start of the game, haven't they?
Yes, they have, from innings number 1.
Good reflexes by Jessie there, and she gets down.
And long arms.
Yeah.
We have a substitution. We have 33 out, 95 in. We have building changes. 1 to 7, 7 to 9, 9 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 1. That'll do it. That's why you have a piece of paper.
Are you sure?
That sounds like an international phone number they're throwing out there.
Yeah,
Did we get all that? So there's a few changes. We'll just say that. We've got Mead on the diamond on the mound now.
Well, there's a substitution. Caitlin Carroll's come out for Jade Downs to give her a run. The positional changes: 1 to 7, 7 to 9, 9 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 1. Surely we could make a song about that.
So is that, is Barb made an entrance? No.
I said the one substitution, that was it.
Oh, yes.
So it's only positional changes. Bree goes back to first base where I used to see her play. Lauren Jury's at second.
Nathan watches that one down with the first pitch of the new pitcher. Mead is getting set.
Taylor, variety.
Here we go, and gets down and for a nice out at 6 for 3. There we go.
Shepherd wasn't having a bar of that, her getting on safe at first. Good throw, wasn't it, from Courtney?
Well, I was going to yell out Shepherd there, but I just wouldn't know with about 45 changes and positional field changes whether I was going to say the wrong name.
Well, it looks like 29 from here, but my eyes might not be as good as yours. It's certainly not as young, but 29 it is.
I have been criticised over the times for getting the names wrong. I'm very reluctant to use the names. I might start using the numbers. And another one that goes down the left field foul line. And Roberts will be keen here for a, what did she get last time? Oh, she's done all right. A single to left field, a single to right field.
What about one up the middle to 8?
Well, let's see how we go.
Field.
This will be more her pace, though, I think. Lee.
Yeah, I think so. I think she'll hit this harder. Although it might be hard to hit that without the help of a ladder.
I think that may have been a change-up attempt by Mead. And Roberts settling in now with that grip. They're ever posing. Got a good stance. Yeah. Now we've had one low, one high, one low. Where do you think we'll go now, Lee? We'll aim for the middle, eh?
One high, one low.
There used to be a song about that when I was younger. Him with
I
the people.
thought it sounded like a Chinese telephone book.
Oh, God. Well, that'll light up the switchboard. Huh? Oh, surely. So, we're back to the play now, and Roberts is... I like the way that Roberts stands as a batter. Imposing as a batter, too. We were talking about Jessie being... Look at her, she's crouched a little bit in there, and watch that one for ball four.
As we all know, she's a state cricketer, a bowler, but I reckon she'd be able to whack the ball too.
Yeah, well, you notice the way that she sort of squatted a little bit and bent the knees. That's sort of almost like a cricket batting stance, isn't it? But still looks the part out there, and felt very. She looked very comfortable in the box. And look who's up to bat now. The big hitting American Jessie says, well, you know what? I'm comfortable enough to take that first strike because I have been seeing the ball like watermelons tonight.
The cricketers, we could learn a bit from cricketers, batters from cricketers. Because they watch how they keep their heads still over the ball.
Oh, there we go. A nice drive out there to right field. And Lauren Jury scoops that one up and gets that back into second base to shut any further movement. Jessie's quite happy out there at first base tonight. She's cracked one deep out to right, to centre and to right. But this time on the ground, it gets in there safe. That had a bit of power on it.
Now it's the third base for the Cats, Ash Merkin.
And again, Merkin comfortable enough to take that first one. This is at, like I was saying to you before, the 6, 7, 8. Still got good batters in the lineup all the way through. A runner at first and a runner at second. Will not be afraid to swing to advance them. You're 5 runs up. You're not thinking about the short game now, are you, Lee? You're just batting away to try and advance and get your eye in. And Bouncer hopped that one up the middle to centre field, and Lambert fires that one in, but the run will score, and Roberts makes that home comfortably. Jessie at second base. So that wasn't too bad. A bit of a hop, that one, unfortunately, Lee, but
you
a good throw.
You can't defend it, Mark.
No.
Shot like that.
Good throw from Regan Lambert, though.
Yeah. She's been in the play a lot, Regan, tonight.
Yeah. And a drive to third base, and she'll play her bag, and no, I'm not going to throw that one, she says. I'll take the first out. A good clean pickup as we watch a statewide super replay, and she scoops that up comfortably and knew the play. Do I throw it? No.
I take the easy out, the percentage play.
So back to the top of the lineup. Karen Dale on deck.
2 down.
Comfortable. Happy to take that one in the dirt. To the top of the 6. 1 and 1.
Another run here and the game will be dusted.
Oh, it's a 2-1, says the umpire. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, it's the... Wow. Just stayed in the same spot, that ball. Went straight down, straight back up. Montana Edwards jumped on that one quick smart. Me doing a good job coming in the 6 innings.
Not easy.
Well, she was 5 runs down. It's interesting that they would rest Barb tonight. Is this just to rest her, or is this
just probably wear and tear? Just give her a break.
And look at that, with the 4th foul for Karen Dale. I keep saying Doyle. Karen Dale. Maybe I should ask her to change her name just for when I'm commentating.
No, hang in there, Bill.
Oh, I just got confirmation that Barb's injured.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's no good. I hope she gets better. It's good to see her out there. I love watching her gurglies. Well, we've got a runner trying to steal 3rd. A bit of a hesitation play there. It was ball 4. Everyone knew that except for the batter, the fielder, the umpires, and myself. Everyone remains calm out there. You watch the Karen Dale having a bit of a giggle there. She must have heard me call her Doyle. I threw her off a game. So many games under her belt, you can could forgive her for that one. Takes the first one, Lee. What do you do in this situation? You're 6 runs up, runner at 1st, 2nd and 3rd.
Just have a free swing, I'd say.
3-1, 2 down.
As soon as you see something that's looking large and hit a ball, I'm swinging.
There you go. Straight up the middle, Lee, you called it. And Regan says, I can take that one. And that brings in 2 runs. Well done. And that is time of game. Wowee. So the 1 hit finishes off the game. The Walkerville have run out 8-0 victors over Glenelg. How did you see that one, Lee?
I saw it, Walkerville getting the start, putting a stamp on the game right from innings number 1, and then Glenelg unable to improve or get near that 4 runs. But they did hang in there. You know, there were some big shots from Walkerville and some good shots from the Glenelg side. So I think Glenelg can take something of this, but Walkerville just went about and did their business.
And Jesse celebrating there on the statewide Super Replay. What I noticed about this game, Lee, for me personally, is there wasn't much atmosphere coming from the Glenelg Rebels bench or batters or dugouts, and I think that had a bit of a detrimental effect on the way that they played. Just personally, the way I saw it, some good individual at-bats and some superb fielding, but I don't think they gelled out as you normally would.
No, well, you can only do your best, you can only try your best, and that's what Sasha and Taylor did in the pitching position. And some of those hits, like the one from Lauren Jury Lake, land somewhere, somebody picked off by that brilliant play from Steph Collette, at shortstop, and that was an innings where they really threatened hard. But that deflates you, doesn't it? It's like a prick balloon. It just takes the air out of you.
They had the chances. They've had runners left on 1st and runners on 3rd, runners on 2nd, every time there was a side away. So there was a potential to score some runs, but congratulations to the Walkerville Cats. They came over. Now, you've got a presentation to do, Lee,
I certainly have, so I'll just be waiting, because this particular person has been involved in this game as a player. It's our volunteer of the week. So when this person, who will remain nameless for the moment, We'll be right back with the interview. Well, it's my pleasure now to present the Volunteer of the Week certificate to a young lady from the Walkerville Softball Club. Hi, young lady, how are you?
I'm good, and you, Lee?
It's Hayley, I'm fine, thanks. It's Hayley Benithan. Just want to ask you something about yourself before I present the certificate, Hayley. What's your playing number?
72.
Okay. What about the grades that you play?
Mainly A's and B's.
Okay, and your favourite player?
Or probably have a good team.
Have a good team.
Yeah,
Okay,
good
so
team behind me.
very good, smart answer. When did you start playing?
About 9 years old.
9 years old. What, at school?
Yeah, primary school.
What school was that?
Highgate.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, so you've played softball here at West Beach for how many years now? 8, is it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
How many with Sturt?
6.
Okay, so you came over to Walkerville for the last 2 years.
Yep.
That's just for opportunities?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'll just read some of your achievements here. State rep, under 15 regionals, 1 year. Under 17 girls, 2 years. Under 19 women, 3 years. Under 23 women, 1 year. And I guess you'll be going out again.
I'll be going
Maybe.
out to trials.
Yeah, trials. Okay, fine. A good answer. And maybe the stars in the future, because that's the carrot at the end, isn't it?
That's
Surely.
that's the aim.
Okay. I just want to say something about Hayley now. She's always, so I've been told, willing to lend a hand at club barbecues. Anything has to be done for Walkerville. And in the Under-17 Girls Nationals held here early January, you're on the job from dawn to dark. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Fantastic. That's a fantastic effort. And Softball SA now is pleased to recognise you as the Volunteer of the Year. Congratulations, Hayley.
Thank you, Lee.